Hello and welcome back to We Who Are About to Die. And we're back with Mr. Ordinary, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be attempting to reach rank 15. That is the goal that the viewer that set the challenge said, and that's what we're going to try to do. We are going to try to make them as proud as we possibly can, because let's face it, well, I don't usually do that, do I? Yeah, I don't usually do that. Anyway, we've worked out that I need 750,000 score to be able to make it to rank 15. Rank 15 is God of Blood, as far as I'm aware. I think so. I'm actually, yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I am 13 at the moment, and I need another 2 ranks to be able to make it there. Anyway, as we have already outlined, my next run is going to be attempting to get to the highest rank possible in the entire game. That's going to be the next one. And then after that, we'll resume the various challenge runs, and we'll see what we can get from other viewers and, you know, what kind of interesting things we can kind of come up with. And we'll see what happens. Anyway, 1 versus 1 right here. And we're also going to go for a pit fight or a pit fight. Okay. Apparently pit fights all around right now. I'm actually going to go for this one. I'm going to go for this one right here. This 1 versus 1, level 15, against this one guy. I think this seems like a pretty fun idea. This is also Alaura, which actually makes a great deal of sense in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be going in with this sword, I think. Yep, I also need to repair this. Let me just very quickly go ahead and do that. There we go. Should I heal myself? Yeah, I'll heal myself. 7 health points. Oh, yeah, never mind. It's because of that weird thing that happened, isn't it? Yeah, it's because of that weird thing. All right, never mind. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's have a look at the bets. Yeah, obviously, because I've just loaded back in, it is not going to give me anything. Anyway, luck of the draw. It obviously doesn't matter what kind of weapons I'm using, because luck of the draw completely negates that. So we're just going to go straight on in. Let's see if we can pick up something decent. I'm seeing a lot of weapons here that are actually looking pretty good, but bear in mind... I'm wearing all adequate / ordinary armor, so I can die very quickly. Obviously, me spending 4,000 gold per heal on the physician, that's going to be extremely difficult for me to deal with there. Anyway, I'm actually just going to get this, going to pick up the shield. There we go. All right, we're looking nice. Now let's see if I can do some damage here. Oh, this guy picked up the worst shield in the game. Or at least I think it's the worst shield. One of the worst shields in the game. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. I can pretty much just slash at him however I like now. I don't think I even need to really worry too much, because he's gonna throw that. Yep, he tried to throw it. Failed pretty hard. Is he me? Is he me? I mean, that could be the case. You know, let's face it. I do tend to miss quite often with a variety of different things. But look at the amount of damage he can actually do to us. Yeah, look at that. You see how much damage he can actually do to us? That is purely for the fact that he has a good weapon, and we literally have terrible gear. We have absolutely terrible gear. So I am wholeheartedly assuming that if I let him hit me in these really weakened areas, vulnerable areas... Oh, never mind. He's dead. Okay. Whew, I was a bit worried there. Did you see that? He actually threw his axe at the last second and it actually hit me. That was hilarious. Okay, well, whatever the case, there you go. We were able to achieve victory. No problem at all there. Well, not no problem, actually. We did actually take a pretty significant amount of damage. That's actually one of the reasons why, by the way, I don't know whether you've noticed me doing that throughout the entirety of this particular run, but what I've been attempting to do is get as much HP as possible. So as much maximum HP as I can. Unfortunately, Mysterious Malaise has now come in. This is really bad, actually. Alright, we must now rest and recover. We cannot place bets, Skolo upgrades, training, all that wonderful stuff is unavailable. That's absolutely fine, though. I don't have a problem with that. We're going to be going back to the small hammer. I absolutely love it. I think it's a hugely fun weapon to use. And as I said in the previous episode, I actually think that maybe it is secretly very, very strong. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, the physician gets worse over time. So yeah, as you can see, it only heals me for 8.8 at this point. Alright, we're going to go for some adequate gear now. And we're just going to order that from the store just to see what kinds of things we can actually get. Because as it stands right now, I have no idea. Anyway, let me actually have a look here. Yeah, so I haven't actually leveled up yet to the next rank. We are going to be ranking up next time, I think. My shield is about to be destroyed, so the shield pan is up once again. And let's see what we can get. Alright, so a pit fight is available. Let's see, a 1 versus 1 is available. A 1 versus many for Mazza. This is a literal 1 versus 8. I don't think I can do it. Do you think? Not with that. Not with this though. I don't think I can do it with the small hammer. Can I do it with the small hammer? I think I'm gonna need this sword to be able to do it, because it's long. You see, it's long. That's the entire reason why I wanted to have this. I think I might be dead. All right, I might be dying from this, but we're gonna take. If this. Okay, here's the thing. This is a challenge run, right? What would be the point of me doing a challenge run if I don't take the most difficult fights, right? This is going to be very difficult. Bets are obviously disabled at the moment. Okay, you know what? Because I have so much money right now, we're literally just going to be healing ourselves back up to full HP, just purely for that. No other reason. No other reason. And we're going to be going straight on in. And that's the point. I'm doing this in ordinary gear, ordinary adequate gear, and I can only hope that this kind of says, hey, you know what? I'm actually trying pretty hard here. You know, I'm trying pretty hard to try and make it as interesting and as exciting as possible. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. Anyway, hopefully we're going to be all right. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so I have a decent-ish weapon. So I should be all right. Ow. Okay. Okay, I'm hopeful that they're actually going to hit each other. Oh dear. Okay, can you just hit each other, please? Okay, yeah, they're actually hitting each other quite often, which is really, really good. No, get out of here. Are you serious? Look at him. Are you serious that he actually hit me from there? Does he have unlimited stamina or something? He seems to have unlimited stamina. Okay, I think I might be dead, actually, all things considered. Okay, I'm blocking, but it's not looking too good right now. It is not looking too good. Thankfully, my opponents are actually hitting each other, but that is not going to remain the way that we want it. You know, they're gonna start hitting me much more quickly than you might think. All right, I'm actually gonna have to do something about this shield. Is there not another shield? No, there isn't. Okay. Yeah. All right, I think this is goodbye, friends. I think this is goodbye. Unfortunately, because I would have loved to have continued here, but as it stands, yeah, I think it's pretty impossible with the armor that I have on right now to be able to do this. Maybe if I was better at the game, then I might be able to do it. Or maybe if I had the Iron Claw, I actually think I might do all right. Yeah, I think I'm dead. I am very certainly dead. Yep. There you go. No way. No way. Unfortunate, right? Unfortunate. See, now, technically, I could have gone for that 1 versus 1. I could have gone for the 1 versus 1, and I would have been able to do it. No problem at all. Probably would have been fine. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, the person that came up with this challenge run, did I do okay? Did I do enough to be able to, you know, get that done? Technically, we did complete the bonus objective, because I did, theoretically, if I actually transferred a bunch of my fame, if I traded all my fame for gold, then I would have had, I don't know, 150,000 gold or something like that. And obviously, to be able to complete the objective for this particular class, I needed 100,000. So I would have easily had the bonus goal, but it's just getting to rank 15 with this gear. Unfortunately, I think it is actually possible, by the way. I think it is possible, but you've just got to take those safer matches. And for me personally, I just thought it was a lot more fun to see whether I can actually push it to the limit as much as possible and try to win against all the odds. Unfortunately, this time around, yeah, we didn't really have the best the best chance right there. But yeah. All right. Anyway, this time around, all right, this particular fellow, he is going to be the guy that we're going to try to get the maximum rank with. All right, the maximum rank. So that means we're going to be going for, I'm going to show you once we get in here. So let me have a look. More berry time. Yep. There we go. Back to the terrible names by the looks of things. All right, so yeah, anyway, we've got some good fame. We've got some decent-ish stuff. I'm obviously going to be putting that helmet on. We're going to be selling this helmet, going to be unlocking this, going to be probably re-rolling or something like that. So see if I can maybe get a better weapon, possibly. So I'm just going to re-roll once, and we're going to have a look-see. Okay, yeah, we got a pretty nice one-handed sword right there. Probably going to buy that. There we go, nice little one-handed sword, gonna sell this, there we are, and then we're just gonna be doing some training as well, because, well, let's face it, we can actually train pretty hard here, so let's go for some one-handed swords. And we are gonna be using a one-handed sword most of the time, I think, but we're gonna actually just see what happens, because I'm personally pretty happy with pretty much using anything. But anyway, as you can see, Ascended is the rank that I want to get to with this particular class. As you can see, I need 10 million points. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a grind later on down the line, but don't worry about that, because we're going to go through these early fights pretty quickly, or at least I think we'll go through them pretty quickly, and we'll see what happens. All right, so let's have a look-see here. Many versus many, one versus many. Going to take the one versus many. This is also a luck of the draw, which is pretty nice. And we're going to get, we can't get 4 kills. Oh, none of this is actually any good, so we're just going to randomly go on here, and boom, there we go. All right, this is obviously me training as well, so do bear that in mind. We are a little bit at a disadvantage because of that, but I kind of need to train, if you know what I mean. Kind of need to train, because otherwise, if I'm not training, then I'm kind of wasting half of what the class does. I'm kind of wasting the whole of the backstory, you know what I mean? So, because that's pretty much the best thing about this class, where you can train for such a cheap cost. But the problem with the cheap cost, obviously, is the fact that most people later on down the line in this game will easily be able to train without any problems whatsoever. You're just going to have an easy time. Anyway, I'm actually going to look for a sword. I'd like to look for a sword, because as it stands right now, me using a mace is okay, obviously, but I train in swords. So I would like to get a sword if at all possible. Can I just kill that guy? Or actually, maybe I could just kill one of these guys? Okay, yeah, my stamina is so incredibly low right now. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Now, obviously, we're going to have to be a little bit careful in regards to our healing as well, because, of course, healing is going to be pretty expensive early on, but thankfully we have quite a lot of fame, but unfortunately the Skolo is going to be taking a lot of my fame, unfortunately. It really is going to be taking half of it every single time, which is really, really harsh, but I can't do anything about that, of course. Anyway, we're just going to be doing this. Let's actually just have a quick look here. No, my aspirant straps are absolutely fantastic for me right now, so That's definitely something that I'm going to be keeping on. Probably going to just re-roll this in a second, but I just need to have a look-see at my various upgrades that I can get. Technically, I could get Entourage straight away, but let me actually just take a quick look and see what we have here. Many versus 1. All right, let's just unlock a couple of things. Many versus 1, wildcard. 1 versus 1. Okay, I actually want to re-roll this, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to spend the 2,250 fame. That's kind of sad, because many versus 1 is certainly not something that I want. Insurance is kind of meh, you know, not so good. What about this? This is Valerius. Okay, prestigious I'm probably going to be going for on the left there. So we are going to be buying both of these instead, because Entourage is actually not going to be helping us at all. And we're also going to be training a little bit here as well. And then we're just going to be healing ourselves back up to full HP. And there we have it. I don't think there's anything else that I really want to do. Although re-rolling and maybe getting a better sword might be an idea. So let me actually just unlock a couple of slots here. I'm just going to unlock this. Let's actually get extraordinary as well. I forgot to get that, so let me just get that real quick. And I could technically... No, I can't do that right now. Okay, so let's just do this. Ooh, a one-handed / two-handed sword. That might actually be kind of fun to use. Actually, I would like to get this, all things considered. I would like to get this. So I'm thinking what we'll do is I'm actually going to use my... I can't use my fame to hold it. That is sad. That is very, very sad. Okay, I'm going to have to do something a little bit here. So, let's have a look. Let's do 2,000. Yeah, let's do 2,000 gold. And then we can hold this. There we are. And now we can just head on into the one-on-one. This is a one-on-one. Bear in mind, obviously, the enemy is pretty high level in comparison to me. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to try and just speed through all of these things. We're going to try and speed through them. So I'm going to play quite aggressively. And hopefully that's going to be enough to get us the win relatively fast. Hey, hello, friend. Would you like to get murdered, sir? I would very much like to make your acquaintance. And this fellow actually has a polearm, which I think I should be pretty easily able to deal damage against. Because polearms, as we know, are not that good when you actually get really, really close. What is he doing right now? Oh, okay. He seems to just literally want to stand there and just take massive damage. All right, well, there you go. You're dead, sir. That was interesting, wasn't it? That was very, very interesting. Okay, I have no idea what was going on with that fellow, but yeah, he seems to have just died almost instantly. All right, so I don't even need a personal physician right now, so I'm actually just going to donate so I gain some fame and, well, the other stuff. And that's absolutely fine. So we can actually just hold this weapon once again. That's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to train once more. There we go. How's my weapon doing, by the way, in terms of durability? It's okay. I'm going to be getting rid of it relatively soon anyway, so I don't really need to worry about it too much. And this is a pit fight. Let's actually have a look-see here. I want to make sure that we get good favor. Favor is going to be something that I really want quite early on, because that's going to be coming in quite handy in general. So I want Aluora. This is a many versus many. Yeah, okay, so I want Aluora. Let's actually have a look here. Spoils to the Victor. Spoils to the Victor could actually be kind of good. But you can see here, this is a one versus many technically. And for me personally, while this is good, I actually don't think it's I don't think it's that good, to be honest, to do this. I don't think it's that good. I think it's going to take too long, and it's just generally going to be a bit of a waste of time because the reward is just not good enough. If they were giving me 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 gold to fight there, I'd basically be like, yes, okay, I'm going to go there. But they're only giving me 2,000, which is basically the exact same thing as what I'm going to be getting from this pit fight, and the pit fight itself has insurance also active. And for me, I'm looking for insurance most of the time because it just makes everything so much easier. I can basically just do whatever I want. Oh, look at that massive damage I just did with this. This is a literal... What is this weapon? This is an ordinary weapon, isn't it? Ah, it's just carrying over from Mr. Ordinary, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Look at that damage. Look at that incredible damage right there. I am loving that. Okay, thank you. Okay, we can do some more damage here as well. This guy has no idea what is even happening. And he is almost dead, actually. He is dead. He crumpled. Look at him. He just absolutely crumpled. This guy's got a frying pan. He is a man that very much loves to cook by the looks of things. And that is absolutely fine with me because I'm going to be roasting him right now. Oh, yes. If only there were some fire pits or something like that in the game that I could push him into or something. That would be very funny then if I actually pushed him into that. But yeah, this sword is absolutely amazing, hilariously enough. I am super surprised, actually, how good this sword actually is. What's actually going on with that? That's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's see if I can actually just do some more training here. Basically, this is a really good place to actually level up your weapon skills, because I am literally just slashing at whoever I can, and I'm getting good amounts of skills here. I'm actually probably the last person standing right now. And just look at this. Look at how many I'm killing right here. This is crazy. Okay, that is actually the end of the bout, and we just took 1 minute 22 to eliminate basically every single person. We got 7 kills. That is pretty crazy. Okay, so unfortunate that we just didn't get a huge amount of fame from that. It would have been a wonderful, wonderful thing for us to get. Anyway, I'm going to go for two-handed axe skill here, just generally, because I think it's actually much more useful than going for the fame. Because fame is, of course, going to be something that we're going to have a bit of a trouble getting for the most part. Spears, don't worry, I'm going to be using spears in a future run. You can best bet on that. It's going to be super, super fun for us to do that. Alright, so I'm actually going to be purchasing this shield right now. This shield is actually pretty decent, as you can see from its size right here. And it also does give me a plus 20% fame multiplier. So I'm going to be purchasing that just purely for the fact that having a shield is kind of good. We're also going to be holding this one because this is a 1/2-handed sword. And that basically means that I can use this with a shield. So even if I continue to use the shield, it's fine because we can actually just, do it either way. So that's really, really good. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're just going to continue training in this. There we go. I don't have enough money to bet or anything like that, so we're just going to have a look-see, and what are we going to get? Well, we're not going to get much, unfortunately. Aluora is probably going to be the one that we'll go for, but let's actually have a look at the pit fight right here, 2,600. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. Okay, what about prestigious? It's entourage. I don't have entourage, of course, so we're just going to go for... Whoa, that's way too much. What is this? Oh, that's way too much as well. Okay, I'm not looking forward to any of these. Okay, I guess we're just going to go for this one, and we'll see what happens. We'll just give it a good opportunity for me to get some more sword skill. I guess that seems like the best possible thing that I can do in these kinds of fights, because... For me personally, I want to try and get favor with everyone. Obviously, I want to try and get favor with everyone as much as I possibly can, because they are then going to be giving me much better fights later on down the line. And hopefully my forces are not going to get themselves in a spot of bother here. That would be kind of awful. There we go. Nice damage. Nice damage. Nice damage. Come on, more of that, please. Yeah, okay, so there we go. At least I've got my shield. That's all that I really need. Oh my. That damage is so incredibly funny. Alright, so yeah, we can basically just take this guy down, I think. Can you actually kill him, sir? Okay, there we go. He's out of there. This guy is also going to be out of there relatively soon. Alright, all the kills belong to me, apparently. Wow, that is pretty incredible. And there we have it. Okay, so no spoils to the victor or anything like that, but we were able to do that pretty easily. I really need to get unionized, but unionized is going to be very difficult to get, unfortunately, so I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to do it, but we'll try our very best. Oh, look at that, free match reroll, but I'm actually not going to do that. We're just going to go for the next character thing, because you never know. Anyway, I'd like more options in the shop after every match. That's definitely going to save me a huge amount of cash, or, well, fame in this case. And unfortunately, still not able to afford this weapon. Yeah, very sad. However, I am able to afford this, which is probably going to be something I will go for, because it does give me a little bit of extra fame, and I don't actually have anything on that at the moment. So it is kind of cheap, so why not? Let's just go for that, and then we're just going to save the other weapon once again. Haven't seen anything better than that. And we're just going to be doing that. I don't think I actually have enough money to be able to afford that. Shall we trade something? Do I want to train? I don't think it's really necessary. There's probably going to be a 1 versus many here. At least I am hoping so. No, there isn't a 1 versus many. Okay, that's very sad. Alright, we're going to go for the Shrouded match then. Can't bet on anything. Let's just go straight on in, see what we get. I really have no idea. It's going to be fun to find out. Hopefully it's a 1 versus many, but if it's a many versus many, then that's absolutely fine too. I am by myself. Oh no, it's just a 1 versus 1. Okay. It's just a 1 versus 1. How long do you think we can take to kill this guy? I think if he has any armor, it will probably take a long time. But if he has no armor, I can probably kill him in under 30 seconds. Shall we say 30 seconds? I don't know. I'm gonna be a little bit hesitant to say that, but yeah, who knows? Who knows? I was actually very much hoping on killing him in under 10 seconds, but unfortunately that's not going to work. Oh no, there we go. Actually, under 20 seconds. Not too bad, not too bad. Anyway, there we go. Unfortunately, no spoils to the victor or anything like that, but I don't think it really matters, to be honest. But that was actually a nice amount of money, surprisingly enough. Yeah, that was a pretty decent amount. Very nice. Okay, so there we go. We can now trade money for fame if we wanted to do that. How's my weapon doing? My weapon is actually doing remarkably well, surprisingly. Okay, so yeah, my chest piece is absolutely fine as well. Alright, so we're just going to continue holding this as much as possible. I technically could trade fame, but I don't really want to do that right now. Technically, what I could also do is train here too. Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, none of this is actually any good. I'm going to be taking this one probably. This one gives me the most money. Yeah, we're going to be taking this one. Let's just have a look. See, win within 5 minutes. This only gives me 200 gold. I'm going to take that just purely for the fact that it's a safe bet. And I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get that sword from this one, because if I then trade a little bit of fame, I should be able to do quite well with it. Unfortunately, my sword that I'm using right now, while it is an ordinary weapon, hilariously enough, still an ordinary weapon that I'm using right here, it is kind of close to being broken, so I'm a bit worried about this, considering this fellow does actually have a shield. So it might be a little bit problematic, possibly, for me to actually do something here against him, but we'll see. Maybe I'm not going to hit his shield too much, because I am going to go for backhands as much as possible. Backhands really do make a huge difference, and hopefully we'll be able to destroy his armor. Having a shield that's actually decent is really, really useful. I just got disarmed. Wow, I just got disarmed. That's hilarious. Okay, just going to shield bash this guy, actually. Nice. Oh no, didn't actually get anything from that, unfortunately. That's kind of sad, but oh well, never mind. Can't really do much about that. Sometimes it happens. Okay, we're just going to continue going for the backhands. Nice. That was some good damage. Can we get some more of that? Yes, we can. Look at that. He actually lost his weapon, surprisingly enough, because we damaged his weapon arm. Pretty good. He's continuing to dodge back, which is absolutely fine, because the more that he uses his stamina doing that, the more he is not attacking, which is exactly what we want. Okay, there we go. He's dead. This weapon is actually one of those crazy weapons that just turns into this murder stick. And it's such a funny thing as well, because you think to yourself, an ordinary weapon like this is really not going to be doing anything amazing, but look at how crazy that is. It's really, really good. Okay, so there we go. I can now purchase this weapon, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. There we are, finally able to do that. I'm actually going to be repairing this one because, look at it. Oh, no, it's not an ordinary weapon. It is actually an adequate weapon, but still. I think that it did an amazing job for us right there. Alright, so I'm actually finally going to get unionized as well. That's really going to make a huge difference. I'm going to continue training too, but I'm just going to take a quick look and see if there's a 1 versus many. There is not. However, there is a luck of the draw here, or we could do a many versus many for Aluora. I'm thinking we'll probably do the many versus many. The question is, do we want to do it with insurance? I think we probably want to do it with insurance, right? Yeah, we probably want to do that. This helmet, by the way, is amazing. And I would love to be able to get it, but it is 13,000. It's going to take me a long time to get that, and I'm going to be spending a huge amount of fame, and that fame is going to just be funneled away from me really, really fast. However, look at the fame that we're going to be getting from this 1 versus 1, and we're also going to be getting prestigious as well. Survive with 70% health? I think I can probably survive with 70% health, right? I think so. Okay, let's try that, and we're going to go straight on in. No, I'm not going to train. I'm not going to train. I feel, I actually feel kind of confident about this. Bear in mind, I'm obviously going to be attempting to use a couple of other kinds of weapons as well. I'm not only going to be using one-handed swords, of course. I'm going to be attempting to use clubs, and I might even be using some two-handeds later on down the line as well. That's the reason why I wanted to get this weapon specifically, because it is a one-handed / two-handed weapon, and so it can be used in the as a two-handed, which is going to be super, super fun for us, or at least I hope it's going to be fun. Look at the damage that we were able to deal right there to this guy, and we can get a really, really nice slash on him as well with that wonderful opening that we got from the shield bash. And yeah, I think that is all she wrote, actually. There we go. This guy literally had no idea. He had no idea what was going on right there. He was absolutely out of it. And he is done. He is absolutely done. Okay, so leather. Oh, look at this. Oh, he actually... oh, wow. That's... is that actually good? I can't even tell what I'm currently wearing. All right, well, I'm just going to take... I'm going to take this because I can actually sell it for a pretty decent amount, considering we have a wonderful refund rate at the moment if I do want to use it. No, it seems like I don't want to use it because, as you can see, while it is padded and while it does give me... Yeah, it gives me a slight bit more due to the padded, but otherwise, yeah, it's not that good. So I'm just going to be selling it right there. And we're just going to be unlocking a couple of other things here. Let me see. Is there anything else that I want to get? Bronze greaves are pretty good, actually. Sandals are terrible, as you can quite clearly tell. But I'm... Ooh, hello. I think I might be buying these. There we go. Let's put these on there. There we go. Yeah, more fame, the better. As much fame as I can possibly get my hands on, please. Thank you very much. I will definitely be doing a decent job with that. There we go. My my things are all done. I did actually repair this, which is super nice too. Should I? I don't think I should reroll just yet. There's a many versus many right here. What else do we have? We have a wild card. This is entourage. Right. Okay. Aluora, many versus many. And spoils to the victor. See, now, here's the thing with spoils to the victor. When I have a good weapon and a good shield like this, it kind of makes me think, you know what, I'm not going to go into spoils to the victor, but, you know, I mean, considering we're at rank 7, I mean, what good kind of things can we actually get from that? Probably not very good. However, Aluora is someone that we're not really getting much from at the moment. She's only got 11% with us, so that's really, really bad. But I'm going to bet... and we're going to see whether we can win this Shrouded match, which I have no idea about, by the way, within 2 minutes. If it's a 1 versus many, then I will just be happy that it's a 1 versus many. Oh, it's a fun one. Oh, hello. Yes, it's a fun one. Okay, it's a... Oh, it's a luck of the draw. Oh. Well, I'm not a big fan of that one, to be honest, but okay. We're going to hopefully do all right here. I'm a bit... I'm a bit dubious about the pit fights, to be honest. Okay, hello. What do we have here? An axe. I'm going to take this because this is my other weapon that I really, really love. So I'm going to take this. It's going to deal massive damage. You just watch. Oh, hello. Hello, sir. You have a really, really good left arm armor. So I'm going to try and go for his right arm, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be happening right now. Okay, so if we can just continue to deal... Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with him right now. For some reason, he seems to be completely stuck. He doesn't actually have a weapon, which is very amusing. So, I will literally just be, I guess, destroying his helmet or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this fellow, to be honest. He has great armor. Have you noticed? He has really, really good armor, but thankfully I seem to be doing all right here. Hopefully he's... I don't even know what's happening with him right now. He seems to be stuck. He is absolutely stuck, 100%. I can basically just stand here pretty much and just allow these guys to do whatever, but I do actually need to win within 2 minutes, so I'm kind of hoping that I will be able to kill this guy and then move on. That's kind of what I'm hoping. Did you seriously destroy... He destroyed my weapon. Did you see that? That is not very nice of you, sir. Okay, I'm going to actually pick up this, because I need a one-handed. Oh, he's... That was funny. Alright, don't think I'm going to be able to win this in 2 minutes, though. Unfortunately. Alright, I'm just going to allow those guys to fight. I'm just going to have a look-see if there's anyone else around here. No, it doesn't seem like it. Alright, okay. Yeah, so we're just going to make our way over here. I'm just going to cheer a little bit while I'm walking. Okay, this guy has no weapon. Oh, he picked up something. Okay, I'm a bit worried. Where's he going? Where you running to, sir? Where you running? He's trying to get a shield? Or not? Okay, he's dead. Whew, that was a bit too close for my liking, wasn't it? Yeah, that was way too close. Okay, I have no idea what kind of level of difficulty this was. But apparently it was pretty harsh. Yeah, apparently pretty harsh. No idea, but yeah, anyway, stamina regen, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to take. Oh, mysterious malaise has actually come in now as well. That's pretty awful. Oh well, can't really do much about that. There's the shield pan. I actually really love the shield pan, but I'm not going to be getting it this time because this shield is just way too good for us right now. And my sword is still completely fine because, of course, we just did luck of the draw. Okay, so... let me heal myself. I actually very badly need to heal myself right now, so we're just going to be healing twice. And, well, training is obviously not available at the moment due to the mysterious malaise. Many versus one is available, many versus many, as well as, what is this? A many versus many. And is this entourage? This is entourage. Okay, I'm going to be doing this straight away, and we're going to be... oh, I really wanted to buy entourage. Look at this. I can probably afford it if I trade... 4,000? Oh, no, even if I trade 4,000 fame, I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, well, I should be able to win this. All things considered. I should be able to. Alright, what do you think? What do you think? I think I should be able to win this. But it's a bit of a gamble, because I'm not going in with any of my own weapons, but I think I should be fine. As long as it's a 1 versus 1, I think I should do alright. I'm going to need to get some better armor as time goes on as well, because I don't know whether you've noticed, but we're actually running around with some extremely low armor values. So we are certainly going to need some of that. So... hopefully that is going to happen soon enough. Once we start getting into these fights that actually provide us with a significant gold increase, then that is exactly what we're going to get. Okay, this is a rusty weapon. Not a big fan of it. Yeah, maybe I can get something a little bit better. Okay, this guy is kind of aggressive, but we shouldn't have to worry too much about him. Where are you going, sir? Not entirely sure. Okay, yeah, that's gone. Well, that guy was actually a lot better than anticipated. I thought, well, I mean, technically he is 3 ranks higher than me, so I guess, you know, we should kind of consider him to be pretty decent at what he does, right? Yeah, anyway, the Mysterious Malaise is now completely done, so that's really, really nice for us, and I can actually buy Entourage really easily, in actual fact, so that's really nice. Double Crescent Shield might actually be really good for us as well, but I'm obviously not going to be doing that because we really do need to buy Entourage. This is an amazing helmet, by the way, super, super nice, but obviously there are better ones, but that's a really nice one for the price. Many versus 1, let's actually just see what else we have available here. Okay, this is a 1 versus 1 with insurance. Okay, so first of all, what we want to do is we want to buy Entourage. We'll just very quickly go ahead and do that. I don't think we need to train too much anymore. I mean, you can see my one-handed sword is 85.8, so I don't really need to do that, but my stamina kind of needs a bit of work, right? So I'm actually going to go for stamina and movement speed, and we're just going to train that, because I think I'm probably going to have a pretty decent time going into pretty much any fight right now, and I don't have a huge amount of money. So that is the main issue right now. My money situation is the thing that needs to be solved. So I could technically go into a 1 versus 1. That's going to get me a pretty significant amount of cash. Yeah, that's also Alaora, so I think I'm probably going to be going ahead and doing this. Let me just have a quick look and see whether I can actually win this with 80% health. Can I actually win it with 80% health? I don't know, but I'm going in with my own weapon, and I am training. So that is a little bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, that is a little bit of a problem. Anyway, let's see. Oh no, never mind. Insurance is available. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Oh yeah, I did mention that actually. That's kind of nice. Anyway, this guy does actually have a pretty heavy shield. I can only hope that he's not going to be as amazing as our previous opponent, and that kind of makes me think maybe I should use a mace or something. I don't know. Maybe I should switch to using a mace, but my sword is pretty good. Alright, yeah, that's the kind of thing that I wanted to do with this sword. Just basically stay away from the opponent as much as you possibly can. Use overheads to get over their shield, and then boom, you can kind of win relatively nicely through that. We're going to go for shield skill right there. Alright, so what else do we have available? Ooh, now these are some wonderful braces. Going to buy those very, very quickly because they are so incredibly cheap. And we're going to reroll. We're going to reroll because I need a helmet. I can't actually afford that right now, but I could afford it in the next round. This is pretty nice, as you can see. It doesn't have any hardened or padded or anything like that, but that looks pretty nice. Alright, let's have a look. Entourage. Okay, that's really funny. Oh, a 1 versus many for 11,000. Only 3 enemies. Okay, yeah. Only 3 enemies. That sounds pretty fun. Get 2 kills. Yeah, sure. Okay, I can probably get 2 kills. Let me just heal myself real quick. We're back up to 94. I should probably try to heal myself a little bit, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should probably try to heal myself. Or we should trade a little bit of fame for some money and then buy that helmet, because that's definitely going to make a pretty significant difference. So I'm actually going to buy... Ooh, how much am I going to do? Let's do 10,000. Don't think that's going to be enough. Actually, is it? It is enough. Wow, just about, actually, hilariously enough. So we're just going to buy that straight away. And there we go. And we're probably going to sell this, all things considered. Just probably going to sell it. I don't think I'm going to be using it again. And I don't have enough money to bet, which is absolutely fine, because I'm pretty well protected in the helm department now. So at least as long as I've got a helm, and maybe I'm going to get a replacement helm at some point in the future too, that's going to be kind of useful for us, hopefully. Anyway, I can only hope that they don't aim for my body. If they aim for my body, I'm going to have some problems, but hopefully we're going to be all right. This is probably one of the best arenas for a 1 versus many, and there are not that many opponents. So all I need to do is just kind of hide behind here, just kind of draw him over, and, well, actually do a little bit of a better job of hitting around the corner, please. He's dead. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of thing you can do with this weapon. It's absolutely insane because it's got the reach, right? It's got the reach of a two-handed, and it has the damage of a two-handed, but the speed of a one-handed. So you can basically just use it however you want, and it will work for you in any way. And you can see here just how easy it is to actually kill people with full stamina. Like you have all the stamina in the world to do whatever you want because it's not a two-handed. So that's really quite amazing. And this guy's dead. And there you go. That was a one versus many in under a minute. In under a minute, we were able to do that. Obviously, just 3 enemies, but imagine if we had more enemies. It would have been just as easy, you know? It would have been, well, not just as easy. Let's not think about it. Anyway, I'm just going to go for the money right now. We kind of need that. Oh, a honey and iron chess piece. Yes, I will accept this gift. Thank you very much. Look at how great this is. Okay, I'm going to be taking that. Even though the aspirant straps are absolutely fantastic, it's just not giving me enough protection right now. And the honey and chess piece is certainly giving me some good stuff right there. Now, this is the other helmet that I was thinking of wanting to get because it is just really good. Hardened, obviously. It's not weak against piercing damage or anything like that. But for the moment, I'm actually not going to be doing that because I'd like to buy these, actually. I would like to buy these. Yeah, I'd actually like to buy some better boots there. I'm actually going to be buying some other boots as well if I can get my hands on something that actually provides me with some kind of fame multiplier. And we're also going to need... oh, actually, we're pretty good. Yeah, we just need right. We just need right feet. Right feet. That would be kind of nice. I'm highly... Yeah, it's highly unlikely I'm going to find anything like that. And I could also get something like this, which obviously is 26,000, but I can't afford that right now. Okay, so we're just going to heal ourselves real fast. And I technically could train. Let me actually just see if there's a one versus many. I don't think there is. That's a many versus many. This is shrouded, but it has something else available there. I need to do something for Aloe. Oh, no, I actually did something for Aloe Aura already. Okay, this is entourage. I don't really care about that too much. This is shrouded, so I think we could probably just go in for the shrouded and just have a look and see what happens. And I'm wanting... you know what? We could save for this. This is a two-handed, though. I'm not sure whether we really want to use that. It's fun. It's fun to use a two-handed, right? Oh, or we could use this. This is a nice weapon. Someone said that this is a really nice weapon because you basically go in here and you have bonus damage against shields, so you basically just destroy shields almost instantaneously. So I think I might actually hold on to that axe, and then we'll just re-roll real fast, and then we'll just see if there's anything else here that is relatively decent. This is a one-handed sword. Ooh, yeah, I love this weapon, actually. This is a really, really nice weapon. Okay, I'm going to take this because I'd like to go for that, and then we're just going to sell the other one, and then we're just going to put that there. All right, so we're looking pretty good. Let's take a look at my upgrades right now. I'm going to go for Seal of Approval, and we might as well go for Heirloom as well. Why not, right? Why not? And we should probably go for a small repair. And there we have it. And then we will just go for the shrouded run. I did take a look at this already. Unfortunately, none of the bets are actually looking particularly good. So because this is shrouded, I'm not going to train just because you never know. Sometimes bad things can happen. Okay, spoils to the victor. Obviously, I'm probably not going to be taking anything from here because I've just purchased this weapon and I've just purchased this shield. Well, not purchased it just now, but you know, it's a good one. So I don't really need to do anything about that. Let's see. Who am I actually against? I am... oh, it's a one versus many. Oh. Okay, hello. Do you want to come over here? I'm a bit worried now. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. I was actually thinking, hey, you know what? I'm doing all right here. When I went into, you know, fight those other guys, you know, when I went in to fight the guys at the center, I thought, oh yeah, these guys are going to die pretty fast. But then we came across the fellow that's actually kind of difficult. Yeah, the dude with the shield. That was the one that was giving us problems. Anyway, we lose a massive amount of stuff with the Skolo, but that's absolutely fine. You know, that's just one of those things that happens, unfortunately. Anyway, I did realize that was spoils to the victor, by the way. I just didn't want to take anything because I didn't see the point in it. And we're just going to swap this around again. Because it is good, but I'm just kind of trying to make sure that we're keeping up, you know, we're keeping up with all of our things. And I would love to be able to actually use this appropriately. I just don't know whether I can actually do that, you know what I mean? So let me actually just have a look. Oh, there's a one. There's a 1 versus many with the luck of the draw. Okay, wait a minute. I was taking damage. How was I was taking a lot of damage on something, wasn't I? I think it was my braces, right? Huh. Yeah. This is okay. This gives me slightly... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna buy these just because it gives me slightly more protection. I'm trading a bit of fame multiplier for that, but I think that's kind of worth it in a sort of weird way. Anyway, there's another 1 versus many here. Let's do it. Let's have a look. What else? I have no idea what it is. There's only 3 of them. Alright, there's only 3 of them. That's actually super funny, considering the fact that, well, I would actually like 4 of them, because then I could get 4 kills, but yeah, that's not really going to work. Technically, I could train my stamina. I think I should probably be training my stamina. Let's train my stamina. I kind of need to at this point, because if I am training later on, it's going to be really, really bad. It's going to be so bad, because if I train later, you know what's going to happen. We're going to have some huge issue with being forced into some fight that we don't want to take. And then I'm going to be training, and my stamina is just going to be awful. But hopefully, I'm going to be alright here. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get a decent enough weapon. I'm looking at this, okay, and I'm looking at this. This seems alright. These guys are literally attacking me with vases right now. Okay. Not sure what you guys are on, but okay. It's a bit weird. They're running at me with basically no armor on either, which is really hilarious. This guy has no shield, which is good. Okay, I need to move away from these guys, actually. Because obviously my stamina is a lot lower than it should be, but there we go, that guy's out of there. Thank you. I actually want to pick up this, if I can. There we go, I got it. And there you go. Alright. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, was it luck of the draw? Yeah, it was luck of the draw, but obviously spoils to the victor is what I was actually meaning. Anyway, there we go. That was pretty good. Not too bad, not too bad. We're getting some pretty nice fame multiplier from that too. This is also terrible. Okay, I'll go for the free repair, I suppose. Nice to meet you, Valerius. Yes, nice to meet you, sir. And this is a wonderful helmet. I could potentially buy the helmet, or I could buy the two-handed right here. I'm actually thinking that maybe what I would like to do is buy these pauldrons, because obviously this is going to be a significant upgrade. So we're going to just buy those, and we're probably going to sell these 80% refund. And how's my sword? Oh, well, obviously my sword is doing absolutely fine. So we're just going to buy this now as well. We're just going to try and use this. We're just going to unlock a couple of these. And we're just going to try and use the two-handed axe in something. I don't actually know what we're going to be using it in, but we're going to use it in something. And we're just going to repair all of our other stuff, even though we kind of have, well, my shield needs repair, but that's pretty much it. My helmet needs repair as well, but of course I don't have any money right now, so yeah, that doesn't really make any sense. Alright, so we've got entourage here. This might be a good idea for me to do this, but there is also a 1 versus 1 here. This is also entourage. Aluora, I'm thinking might be good to do. Alright, yeah, so Aluora is good here, as you can see. Let's see if we can actually bet on anything. Okay, yeah, these are all absolutely terrible bets, as you can see. Just going to bet on that one so we get 200 gold profit, which is, it's not that good. You know, if we were playing the criminal right now, then it would be fantastic, because we just gain, I think we'd gain 400 instead of 200 or something like that. I actually don't know how much more we would get. 50% more, but, you know, bad at math and all that stuff. Anyway, entourage obviously is going to make things pretty easy for us, and I'd love to be able to get a bit of a handle on how to use this two-handed axe, because while the two-handed axe is, of course, something that I've never used before, I've actually never used a two-handed axe, surprisingly enough. I think I've used it once, maybe, in my entire time playing the game, but not really that often, and I'd like to see how it does. Okay, yeah, not so good. Not so good for me right now. There we go. There we go. Not bad. Okay, it actually does pretty nice damage. And also, it's going to destroy this guy's shield really, really fast. Is he dead already? Yeah, he is dead already. Okay, I feel quite confident with it. I feel quite confident with it. Not amazingly right now, but I feel alright, considering we actually completed that super, super fast, in actual fact, too. But, of course, we did have entourage, so that does make a pretty big difference. Don't need a physician right now, so I'm going to donate 1,000 to gain some favor and some fame, even though the fame doesn't really matter, as I say. This is a wonderful sword, actually, so I'm thinking I might actually literally just purchase another one of these swords. Even though this helm is actually fantastic, too. Yeah, it's going to be a bit problematic, isn't it? It's going to be a bit problematic, because I want to buy this sword so that I can literally just have this sword and just replace it however I like. So yeah, this axe is actually good, by the way. This axe is good. I'm just not sure how effective it's going to be later on down the line, because obviously at the rank I am now, which is what, rank 11 or something like that? Yeah, rank 11. It's not going to be that difficult for me to use it right now. Obviously, I'm going into this as well, which is a 1 versus many. So I'm actually going to need a shield for that. Pretty certain I will need a shield for that. So I'm actually going to use this. And we should probably buy something, shouldn't we? We should probably buy something that is a little bit better. What about the light scale armor? It's not really looking that good right now for me. So I'm going to buy this just purely for the fact that I can. And we're just going to then trade some fame. So I'm going to trade fame. Should I trade fame now, or should I trade fame afterwards? Because I'm thinking maybe trading fame afterwards might be a better idea. Because if I win this, which I'm wholeheartedly assuming that I will, I'm not going to be purchasing any of these. That's the thing. I'm not going to be purchasing any of these right now. So it doesn't make sense for me to actually trade fame at this point. So I'm pretty happy with that, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. Yeah, how's my stamina doing, by the way? My stamina is at 72. Yeah, I really need to train much more. Oh, I'm going to be in for it later on, aren't I? I am really going to be in for it, and we're going to have a very hard time. Anyway, 6 enemies to fight here. Let's see if I can win within 3 minutes. Ha ha ha. Not in a million years, all right? Not in a million years. I might be able to. But it is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely, but we'll see. Maybe I'm going to be able to. Spoils to the victor is obviously not something that I am really interested in at the moment. This is also not a particularly fantastic arena for 1 versus many, as we have seen multiple times before. I've actually gotten myself eliminated on this one quite a few times. So let's see what happens. Maybe I'm going to be able to draw someone around here. Maybe I can get a free cheap hit. Oh, do they have... Oh, someone has an iron claw. They have flails. That's not good. Yeah, that is not good. Alright, these guys have flails, as you can see. All right. Whew. All right. That was a bit close, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a bit close. All right, so let's actually just have a quick look-see here. I actually really like my sword, so I don't really want to get rid of it. So I think I'm probably just going to exit with this. I personally don't think any of their shields are that good either. No, as you can see, they're not particularly good. They're all ordinary or adequate or something like that. And yeah, we're getting a massive amount of fame, as you can see. Look at that. Times 3.2, 68,000. Unfortunately, that is now getting halved to 34,000. Very, very sad indeed. Two-handed sword skill, just in case my shield does get destroyed. I then have that available. And yeah, unfortunately, look at this. Look at what's happening now. We're getting a 50% increase at the shop, which is very, very sad, because I would have liked to have been able to purchase some stuff. But thankfully, we do actually have a refund of 80%. So I'm going to be selling the two-handed axe, like I said, just because I wanted to try it out a little bit. And, oh, apparently my sword got destroyed, or did I? I mean, I didn't drop it, that's for sure. I had it in my hands when we left. Okay. Well, that's kind of sad, actually. That means I shouldn't have sold one of those things. All right, well, I could just re-roll, and I could buy something else. I could buy a spear if I wanted to, or I could buy something else. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty well as it is. I don't think this one is going to die relatively... I don't think it's going to die that fast, but you never know. You never know. Yeah, so one-handed axe. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Can I get something... this is pretty good. Yep, this is pretty good. I'm going to buy this. Why not? Let's buy that, and we'll just start using that straight away. And I can actually already immortalize if I want to, because I have reached aspired rank, but I'm not going to be doing that. As I said before, we're going all the way, or we're going to attempt to go all the way. I'm at 271,000 right now, almost at Living Legend, and hopefully we're going to do a little bit better as we go forward. There's also another 1 versus many here, which I will be doing at the beginning of the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.